Multi-guest is turned off. All right. Well, that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do. All right. Wish I could get this mic closer to my frickin' mouth, but. Hello, 3 people. I am inviting people. I have a lot of fucking echo. What is that shit? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out in a minute here. Working with some new technology. I'm inviting people, so invite your friends, invite your enemies. Tap on that screen, like it a lot, turn the reverb down. Jesus, that's some crazy reverb. I don't know if you hear that on your end. Let me know how it sounds on your end, because I'm trying out some new shit here. I got me a mixing board. I'm still sound like I'm reverbing like a motherfucker. How's that? Okay, that's better. I want a little reverb. Little bit of reverb. Come on now. And where the hell did I leave off? All right, I don't know where I left off, so I'm just going to keep inviting people. You can invite people. And I'm clicking on little icons of people to start off the new year. Woo! Okay, I left off at Carolyn. Let's find Carolyn again. Passavola, Passoshin's child, Carolyn. Uncle Birch inviting people to the line. I still have some reverb. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm fucking with some new technology. I got my kid's old gaming headphone microphone set because I'm waiting for his new stuff to come so I can take back my microphone and my headphones and hook them up to this thing. Okay, Uncle Birch is still inviting people. Well, happy fucking New Year to you. Let's see, Tim Mortician, I think that's where I left off, somewhere around there. Well, I'm going to invite these people because I'm not sure if I did before. Yeah, I'm not going to sing that. You thought I was gonna. All right, I fucking invited everybody. Hello, Samantha. Why the fuck do I still have so much reverb? Where is it? Is it the sound effects? No. The voice changer, let's see. I can do the voice changer way down here. I can do the voice changer, or I can do it way up here. Yeah, can you hear that? What's that sound like on your end? Do I sound like a chipmunk? Hex Vexed Sent 2026. How are you, Samantha? How are you? It sounds clear? Well, that's fucking weird. So it's only on my end? Oh, man. All right, I clearly have a lot to do. Do you hear this? Did you hear that? How about this? You hear it? Give me a sound check. Come on. My voice sounds like I sound like an old black blues singer right now on my end. Let's see, Hex Vexed. So, are you hearing the sound effects? Here, how about here's some laughter. Cuban things. How are you? You hear the laughter? The woohoo we heard. The other one, no. Okay, how about there's that? There's this. The sad song. You hearing the sad song? How about this? you hear that? Hello, Shelly. Kind of quiet. All right. All right, well, there's a lot I have to figure out with this damn mixing board thing. Can hear it, but it's very soft. Yeah, that's what I heard on my test, too. But you don't hear the voice changer, so, like, right now, I don't sound like a chipmunk. Right now, I don't sound like a chipmunk. I'm not sure if this microphone's picking it up, too. But the voice changer, it sounds like, no, I don't sound like a chipmunk. Really? Wow. What is it, dog? What do you want? Don't fuck with that hose again, I'll squirt you. Well, I don't know if I'm going to waste my time with these headphones then, if that's going to be the case. So, how about, do I sound reverby, like right now? There's a lot of echo. Echo. Do you hear the echo? You hear that? Do you hear that? You don't hear the reverb? Really? The hell? No reverb, huh? Clear as a bell? What the fuck are you doing? I don't need a mixing board that's just making me hear it. Huh. All right, well, power off on this bitch. Ooh. I don't know if you heard the power off sound, but, All right, clearly I need to read RTFM, read the fucking manual on that one. But now you hear me, right? I don't know if I recommend anything. I got this one. I saw this mixing board on the TikTok shop, but I have no trust in anything I ever see on the TikTok shop. So, but, you know, it dawned on me, it's like, oh, that's a good idea, you know, sound quality, that kind of thing, hear how you sound on the microphone, you know, have some sound effects just for fun. Yeah, it's a good idea. So I was going, all right, well, I'll find me something else that does that same thing. And so this is my first attempt doing that. It wasn't expensive. It was like $35 or something like that. But so far, I clearly don't know how to use it. So it's supposed to be. You're supposed to hear that on your end. And, you know, I tested it. I made some videos with it, and, you know, it did hear the reverb. I don't know if I tried the voice changer, but the voice changer is like one side I sound like a chipmunk, other side I sound like a large black man. And there's, you know, a whole bunch of sound effects and stuff. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Oh, you're so needy. You're so needy. Oh, my God. Find your stick. Bring me your stick. I'll throw you your stick, okay? Okay? I know you're very upset. Papa squirted you with the hose because you were barking like a crazy bitch. Yeah, I know. You're very upset about that. But, you know, I got to do what I got to do. See, I watched Caesar, the dog whisperer, and I am the pack leader. Did you just fart? You just farted. See, I'm the pack leader. Okay, hey, name. Hey. If it barks again, it gets the hose again. You don't want that. You don't want that. Happy New Year, y'all. Lux Lady Crystal, how are you? I came here, I was, you know, trying out some new technology. I got this mixing board that's supposed to hook up, you know, hooks up through the phone. You could hook up headphones and microphones and all that, you know, have a better sound quality, better performance, that kind of thing. I clearly not using it correctly yet. So I will have to keep playing with that and figure out how. I kind of think it's my main cord that plugs into the phone. Clearly the cats have chewed on it in several places, so that might have been my problem. But just this little thing, little mixing board. I got some. I borrowed my son's old fucking gaming headphones that have clearly seen some miles, and so trying out those until when his new headphones arrive, then I can get my headphones back and my microphone back. Although I'm probably going to have to get a different microphone because that microphone's a USB microphone and this doesn't have a USB port. Unless I can do it through there. No, I figured that out. But a lot to figure out on this New Year's Day. I got some hairs of the dog right here. Yeah, I was drunk. Few people have ever seen it, but a few people saw it last night. Nobody got hurt. It was fine. Hope you all had a good New Year's. She's still worked up because the whole family left. The whole family left. All the humans were gone. They went all the way across the street. Yeah, they were across the street. You couldn't be there. No, you couldn't. Oh, you poor dog. Hey, 9. No bite. No biting. 9. Let me do some Caesar shit on you. 9. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. I was testing out my new mixing board thing, but clearly I'm not using it correctly yet, so I'll have to visit that another time. I've seen you on Spirits and Z. Oh, great. You've seen me on Spirits. Oh, yes. Well, Spirits? I don't know, man. Very few people have ever seen that. There was that time, me and Marta's first date, where I tried to impress her by doing shots of 151, and then ended up wrapped around the toilet for several hours, but she was still there when I got back. That's how I knew she was a keeper. And then I told my friends what happened. And they said, "You did what? Don't you remember what happened last time you did 151? I'm going, "No. What?" I said, "Well, you ended up wrapped around the toilet all fucking night." All right. Well, I'm batting 1,000. So it's pretty rare that anybody's seen me on that. Yeah, okay, wine and beer, sure. But pretty rare that anybody's, I usually, by the time I'm buzzed, it's time for bed, so most people don't see that. Hey, don't chew on the iron chair. You got puppy teeth, man. You already got a broken one. Just stop. Supposed to start losing her puppy teeth right around now, too, so I guess she's teething. No. 9. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. Get a puppy, they said. It'll be fun. I got a German Shepherd puppy. Pure German Shepherd puppy. I almost think she's a Malinois. She's so crazy, wound up, intense. She doesn't seem to respond to no. So I started saying 9. I got a response. So it's like inner ancestral memory or something, man. Das Guten. Das Guten. Das Guten. Das Guten, bitch. I don't know how to say bitch in German. yeah. I totally, as soon as I started saying 9, I get a response. So I remember that. I was in my brief law enforcement career, there was a time when I was a canine unit and the dogs were pure German Shepherds and they only had German commands so that the bad guys couldn't tell them what to do unless they knew German. So I remember those. Next it's going to be Platz. When I wanted her to lie down, I'm going to tell her Platz. Full-blooded German. I could see that. How y'all doing? Did you have a good night? Are you hungover today? It's an odd hangover. You know, I rarely ever get drunk, so, but yeah, definitely a bit hungover today. So, here's the dog, yo. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans, where we let the good times roll. Apparently, there's a, we got the Sugar Bowl today in New Orleans, and apparently the day before the Sugar Bowl, there's a parade. I did not know that when I was driving Lyft yesterday in the French Quarter. I started noticing they were putting up all these barricades, and there was all these families lining the street in chairs, and they had coolers and snacks and stuff. And go, oh, that looks like a parade, Uncle Birch. Oh shit, you're in a parade route. Get the fuck out. And so that's when I decided to quit early. And sure enough, the parade route, the staging area for the parade was in between me and home. So it took some work to find my way around the frickin' parade route, get home. It's like, all right, fuck it. I ain't going nowhere now. I got everything we need for days. Hell, and Marta got 2 bottles of champagne over there, ain't even cracked. And she asked her, you know, if I should crack it, and she goes, yeah, I don't know. She rarely drinks anymore, and but we let the good times roll last night. So. It was glorious. Slept in till 10:30. That's so fucking rare. You know, I always got to do the school thing, and then, you know, if I'm not doing the school thing, I go to work earlier so I can get in, you know, an extra hour or so of work. But gotta, you know, take New Year's Day off, y'all. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. Thank y'all for liking the thing. I guess when I see Sebastian, I'll take down this the gift giving challenge thing that automatically starts all the time. But I woke up at noon. Oh, that's glorious. Back in the day, man. Back during COVID, everybody had all the time in the world to take witchcraft classes online. Oh man, I was sitting pretty. Noon would be about my rising time, you know. And go, you know, make a couple videos, post a couple classes here and there. Life was good. Life was chill. Yeah, we didn't leave the house much, sure, but helped you know, get a lot of work done. So I believe it was yesterday, a certain day or a certain time, all of the church bells in New Orleans rang 14 times for the dead in the last New Year's terrorist attack on Bourbon Street. So they've got a new memorial down there and stuff, and you know, we still feel that. It was really an intense thing for New Orleans. But it seems like last night went over okay, and yesterday when I was in the French Quarter doing my job, and the National Guard was there, man. National Guard was there. You didn't, wait a minute, hold on. You didn't know I do classes? Oh, Lord. Right up here in my profile, you hit my link tree. That'll take you over to, there's a bunch of stuff in the link tree. I always remember my Cash App and my Venmo. But Witch School is there. Or you can go to gumroad.com/witch school, which Crystal will probably put in the chat any minute now. There you go. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, I've been teaching for 45 years, and probably going on 20 years of the, like, you know, correspondence courses and stuff. You know, it's a different way to teach than back in my day, but you've gotta move with the times and evolve and stuff. yeah, check it out. Hext. Seems like I've seen you for a while. Yeah, I'm following you too. 44.1 thousand. Nice, very nice, very nice. Chaos, Hoodoo. What? God damn it. I was reading that, bitches. Witch Tips, Author, Oracle Reader, Demoness, Cat Mom. Tap below to enter the veil. I love that. I love that. It's well written. Check out his YouTube, so many gems. Yes, of course, I'm Uncle Birch on YouTube. For the long time, my YouTube's like, 10,000, but up until about 3 years ago or so, I made my YouTube really hard to find. Maybe it's 4 years ago, because I'm old school, and this is not traditional teaching witchcraft on YouTube, and I didn't want every schmuck in the world on the YouTube. I wanted special people to find it by searching or something like that. So it used to be Freakville 1309, and there was no description of witchcraft or anything of the kind in there. You just had to find me or have been given the link by me. It was a very different approach than we tend to have now, where we want to be seen by everybody. I was trying to only be seen by special people that found it through searching. So not very lucrative that way. But now it's just Uncle Birch on YouTube, and I'm the only one. Uncle Birch come to you live from New Orleans. I like his stuff. I trained under the Frost in 87. Oh. Whoa, really? Crystal, I did not know that. The Frosts? And how many sexual advances did they make? Waiting for a number. I mean, yeah. And she's clearly hot, so, but that never stopped them. They made sexual advances on everybody. I did the Frost correspondence. Okay. Oh, wait, was that not Crystal? I thought it was Crystal that said she worked under the Frost. Did I read that wrong? Oh, that's, okay. Oh, they're commenting to you. Okay. So correspondence course, yeah. Yeah, the Frost for Bad News. There was I always remember there was a book that came out, and it was letters back and forth from the Covenanters in the Frost thing. And there's a book that they put out. But one of the things, Merry New Year? Yeah, Merry New Year, Shelley. One of the things that was in the book was that they were having a very large discussion at the time whether or not to make a rule that Coven members can only sleep with Coven members. And it's like, whoa. That's some twisted shit to just put out there in a book. But yeah. The Frosts were the Trump Epsteins of the occult world. Yeah, it's incest. Yes, yeah, and then if you looked at the Frosts and what they looked like, you'd just be going, ooh, cringe. But correspondence course, maybe they taught some good stuff. I don't know. Uncle Birch coming to you live from New Orleans. I guess we just talked about the Frost, which hasn't come up in quite some time. Samantha, how are you? Thank you for liking the live. Yeah, keep tapping the screen if you're just there. Get 2 fingers going on there. Get 3 fingers. Get 4 fingers going on that screen. Liking the fuck out of it. The more you like it, the more people we get here, and the more the haters can't hate on us and take down the broadcast. I'll probably be here. It's about 3:52. I'm 20% battery, so I'll probably be here about to like 4:20 or something like that. How do I stop this thing? Oh, there we go. End. All right. Woo! Thank you for that thing. The minute, the silent, the night star. That's what it is. That's what it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uncle Bert's going to be live in New Orleans. If anybody wants to get in a box, have more extensive conversation, we can do that. Zephyr fucking Green, where the hell you been?
Well, hello.
Happy New Year, motherfucker.
Happy fucking New Year, dude.
How
Haven't
are
talked
you?
to you in a long time.
I know. You have not popped up on my FYP in a bit.
Oh, because I haven't been posting. I basically retired from TikTok. It was
Oh,
bad
really?
for my it was bad for my health.
I could see that.
My blood pressure
Mental health.
was bad. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's well. So lately, we've been doing this Group 13 thing, and so all of my feeds filled up with the Group 13 witches, and I I was just saying, like yesterday, I haven't seen a witch war or a drama in a bit. I'm sure they're out there doing that, but
Really, what's it called? Group 13?
Group 13 is something I started, and these people, Group 7, had this idea where all the Group 7 members would follow each other, like each other's videos, share each other's videos, favorite each other's videos, and help each other blow up. And but it was a great idea, but they didn't really do it. They kind of failed. So I've been pushing these people to do it, and they're doing it. And so I'm hoping it's boosting everybody's thing, but or accounts. But one thing it has done is it's controlled the algorithm. So those are the people that show up in my feed more than anybody else, and everybody seems to be getting along. In Group 13, there seems to be like this solidarity amongst the Group 13 people, and I have sought that and wanted to create that for a very long time, and have failed many times. But Group 13 seems to be working. Zephyr's a coffee cup right now. A lot of support, no drama. It's great, yes, and that's the way it should be, Samantha's out there liking the hell of it. Thank you, Samantha. Mystic Witch, how are ya? Oh, did we lose Zephyr? Oh, that sucked. Hopefully Zephyr will come back up. Maybe got a connection problem. But yeah, if you're in this broadcast, well, it's probably because you're Group 13. Doesn't happen by accident. There are no accidents. What a tease. I miss that dude. I know. I know. I remember the first time I met him, he's got his social issues, and when I gave him a hug, it was so stiff. The next time I met him, totally hugged me back. Fishing up, delivery, and feeding kids, recharge, etc. Well, Happy New Year and stuff. Yeah, I mainly came out here to test out that mixing board that clearly I don't know how to use yet. I'm going to figure it out. Mic total volume, mic high, mic mid, mic low. Okay. Okay, that's good. Multi-talented, multitasking, magical. Yeah, we gotta be. You got to juggle lots of stuff. Happy New Year to you and Marta and the puppers, and to you, Jen, and all your puppers. Have you ever read Mastering Witchcraft? Yeah, that was Mastering Witchcraft was one of my beginning witchcraft books. Mastering Witchcraft and Helping Yourself with White Witchcraft, I think, were my first two books in my beginning class about 45 years ago. So absolutely mastered witchcraft. So you are making music on the board. Where is it for Substack? The board is for videos and broadcast and stuff. The guy made a good point about sound quality and stuff when they were trying to sell that other mixing board for phones. That, being able to hear how you sound is really important. So when to lean in the mic, and and I know that art. But I use it pretty well with the phone. There's a time to lean in and a time to project your voice that way or this way or that the other way. But being able to hear how it actually sounds on the other end can be important for that thing. I learned that in radio long ago. So Zooper's back. Did you hear? Were you able to hear the Group 13 thing that I was saying and all that?
I did. Sorry, my phone died like halfway through that talk. So how do you get involved with that? Is it just a hashtag or what?
Start using the hashtag Group 13 and you're in.
Sweet, man. Maybe I'll start posting again.
Just do that. We've been doing a thing. I redid it again the other day. People will search the hashtag Group 13 and they'll find another Group 13 member, and they will go and on 3 of their videos, you'll follow the people, watch the whole video, like it, comment, favorite it, and repost it. And then repost, you hit the little pencil thing and put in Group 13 so people see why you're reposting it. But then people comment with hashtag Group 13 and then at Uncle Birch. And so everybody that does that, and they're supposed to do that on three videos on 3 different Group 13 members. And if they tag me, I go to their page and do the same thing to 3 of their videos that are performing well. They just boost each other, and we're fucking the algorithm that's made to fuck us. And I hope we keep going. It seems to be going really good. It's the most solidarity I've seen amongst witches in my whole life, probably. Well, at least back when we believed that 9 million witches died during the burning times, and we had this church coming to kill us all. We were kind of tight. We had some solidarity, but some of that number was fake lore, and so that fucked it all up, and we didn't have solidarity. But Group 13's got some solidarity. Green-eyed lady, hello. Lady Silver Willow's doing the Group 13 hashtag right there. So yeah, it's been going good. And it was all, an idea I stole from this Group 7 group. I mean, their ideas were good ideas, and it was meant to fuck the algorithm, but they weren't really doing it. People weren't really, following each other and hitting all the buttons. We follow each other and we hit all the buttons. That makes all the difference.
Whatever happened, this was a long ass time ago, but whatever happened to a long time ago, you were trying to do like your own social media thing. What did you just hire some web developers who like ghosted you? It didn't do the work, or what?
Well, it was originally started by a student of mine. And he was all into he was studying AI, and part of the project was he was building an AI model called the Birchbot, and he was feeding all of my social media teachings into the Birchbot, and so that was fascinating right there. So it was like the social media was kind of a side part of it. It's like, wait a minute, so we're gonna teach an AI witchcraft and let it loose on the fucking internet with my face? Oh, fuck yeah, let's do that shit. But then the social media site kind of tied into that, and he eventually got so busy with college that he passed us off to this other technician, and
Uh-huh.
he just eventually was impossible to contact, impossible to get anything fucking done. Uh, we did it. We launched it. It was called Witch Lens, and it was on the App Store for a while, and it was going kind of good, but there was no way for it to make any money, and we were paying money we're paying money to the programmers and money to house the thing on Apple and all. And eventually, it was just it was over budget. We were losing money on the thing, and we lost enough money, and it didn't seem like it was ever going to go anywhere because we couldn't get a hold of the guy. So we just
Right.
canceled it. It's still not something that I might not do again. I mean, because now I could probably just get AI to design the whole fucking thing. I hate that that's the world we've come into, but I'm not going to be the only one that utilizes.
I think it's a valid use case for AI to just like handle like the layout for your site
Yeah,
and organize and design it.
yeah.
I wouldn't let it write anything for me, but
Well, I've been playing quite a bit with AI song generation, and I hate it and I'm fascinated at the same time. I've got a bunch of stuff that you probably haven't heard of, but I put out a whole album from the Android Revolutionary Front on YouTube, using AI to create these songs out of my lyrics and redo some of my old songs, and it's really good,
yeah.
and that sucks. As a musician, I hate that, but I'm fascinated by it, and I'm not going to be the only one that doesn't fucking use the thing. I'm not going to be a luddite.
Right.
Don't teach AI shit. Well, then Sarah's was the funniest fucking one because she's talking about she's doing like online dating, and my kid always says no online dating. I go, why? He says, because it could be some like old man in a basement. So anyways, Sarah had this experience where she's talking with this guy, and she's a doctor and wants to have an intellectual conversation with somebody, the mind stimulation kind of thing, and she finally meets up with this guy who met the bar so far until they were IRL. And in IRL, he couldn't keep up with the conversation. And right when she said that, I'm going, oh, fuck. He's using ChatGPT. They did that on South Park, man. They were using ChatGPT to learn how to deal with their girlfriends and talk to their girlfriends. And their girlfriends were all like stoked. But then when they saw them in person, they weren't stoked by anything that they said. But then they'd go away and they'd be texting, oh, he's so great. But that's what happened. The guy had been using ChatGPT to woo Seraphima and act like he was smart, and he wasn't.
Oh my goodness.
And she called it, what was it? Intellectual catfishing. I think it's a new term that she coined. That's I totally see that in the world a lot. Uncle Bert's coming live from New Orleans, talking about I don't know fucking what.
I wonder how long he thought that would work.
I know. Well, it worked until it was a very charming robot. Well, so you can just go to ChatGPT. You could probably just start talking to ChatGPT, and then that robot will come back. Kind of hard when you want to do physical stuff, but as far as like the mental stimulation. Oh, that was a terrible thought I just had, but I'll say it anyways. Sometimes, in certain situations, you just got to visualize your way through it. Maybe like be in bed with the person, but be on ChatGPT.
Oh no.
Jesus. Oh Lord, I learned a long time ago, to make yourself, if if you don't want to come too soon, you start thinking about like baseball and nuns and stuff. But the nuns thing didn't
Baseball.
work. The nuns thing didn't work. That backfired big time. Baseball, yeah, absolutely. I'm not horny when I'm thinking about baseball. I hate baseball. GPT.
Baseball, I will tolerate. Football, I can't stand.
Football?
Yeah.
I normally am not into football too much, but I got to watch the Saints because all my neighbors are going to ask me if I saw the game, and you got to have something to say. My first arch nemesis was in.
We have the Royals here in Kansas City, and they've been doing bad. So nobody really cares about baseball out here right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it's all about the Saints. Well, and LSU. I don't really watch LSU, but I do. Gotta watch the Saints every week. And
The Chiefs are moving from Missouri into Kansas side into Kansas City, Kansas, and their new training facility is going to be in my city, Olathe.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Happy New Year, y'all. By the way, Sister Carol knows what she did. Oh Lord, I love the. I actually I do edit it. It was so good, but Seraphima's newest video for the new year. You only know one spell, and it's Wiccan. And it was like, she had all these videos, like countlessly. We see these fucking videos of these
Oh
fire
yeah.
the
Yeah.
fire
Well,
hazard
and it's a
candle
good.
spells, man.
I mean, it's a valid way to work. I mean,
It's just-
it's good. It can be good magic for sure, but yeah, it's one thing, and it's very Wicca coded.
Yeah, absolutely. But people have taken it to such an extreme. It's like, you don't have to threaten to burn your entire fucking house down every time you do a candle spell. It was like, I was taught how to dress a candle, how to load a candle, and it's a very small sprinkling of fucking herbs, either down in holes in a glass candle or around the perimeter of the other candle. Matter of fact, my favorite thing to do is, I make a big ass sigil on a big ass candle, like a double pillar. I love
Uh-huh.
a double pillar because it gives me more room to work. And I'll do that big old fucking sigil, and then dress the candle in oil, and then sprinkle, like, let's say it's a money candle or something like that. I'll just get me some cinnamon or some allspice from the kitchen, sprinkle it right there on the sigil, and then rub it over the sigil, and it rubs into the sigil, and then the sigil pops. The candle does not have to be covered with all this shit, but then the herbs are burning in the sigil when the candle
What it is
when the
ultimately
candle
is a lack
burns.
of
I didn't
confidence, I
even
think.
see that Sarah was trying to get in there.
What it
Okay.
is ultimately is a lack of confidence.
Yeah.
People think they need to absolutely fucking drench a candle in oils, and like
Yeah.
you don't need all that if you know what you're doing. I'm sorry, you just
And
don't.
then they ask, what does it mean that my candle looks like a torch right now? It's like, you put too
There
much
used
shit
to
on
be
it.
a creator on here. She went by Which Way Up, and honestly, monthly, she used to do these like fire safety lessons with people, and it never failed because we always need them. And you know what's crazy about the video I just did? I don't know why. You guys can hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because just it was glitching out for a second. But when it comes to that video, the lengths and the leaps that people are taking in order to be offended by it is wild.
I didn't even look at
Because
the comments. I should have looked at
at
the
no
comments.
point do I say that these spells are bad. At no point do I attach any kind of morality. At no point do I attach any kind of skill. And then I just make reference to where they kind of originate from. And they originate from Dion Fortune. She's the one who wrote up these spells. She was phenomenal at writing spells. And I truly believe these candle spells are quite literally a foundational piece of learning how to practice, because it incorporates so many different aspects like of practice. It's herbal correspondence, it's color correspondence, it's focused intention, it's meditation, it's so many different things. Like, this is a foundation. However, it is all the same spell.
Yes. And it's Wiccan in nature. And
And it
somehow
is.
somehow that offends the kids. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's like, people say, oh yeah, Gardner was racist. Like, Gardner was as racist as the times were.
Well,
Um,
exactly. That's my
yeah.
catchphrase. You can't observe history through the lens of modernity.
Oh, I love that.
I don't even. I'll be honest. I don't even know what people point to as evidence for Gardner being racist. Is it because he? Is it because he called primitive people like savages or something, like
Yeah,
every.
probably. And he did a tour in, oh, what was it? It was somewhere in Asia, where they were, practicing colonialism, where they, people were subjugated to, awful kind of conditions at the behest of the British government and stuff. So, I mean, sure, you could stretch there, but only if you were applying the lens of modernity.
Every anthropologist in the 1950s was extremely problematic.
Oh yeah, hugely, and historian, and
Why?
and
I don't know
archaeologist.
why Gardner would be any different. Like, he isn't.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with the claims about misogyny. By the standards of the time, the fact that Dion Fortune had as much of a hand in writing as she did, and the fact that he incorporated women into every single kind of his ritual, was actually a lot more forward thinking than the times were allowing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like people don't, they expect, our modern wokeness to matter, back in the fucking 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been great if it did.
It's so cool. Also, I think that Wicca really grew out of the Masonic and Rosicrucian lodges in England, and these were groups that were even if membership wasn't exclusively wasn't restricted to men, it was very male dominated. And Wicca comes along and grows out of that and just flips that on its head, which I think is pretty neat.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And it just somehow it becomes like this dirty word, witch talk. And it's like, you know what? If it wasn't for Wicca, none of you would be doing any of this shit.
Well,
Wicca was
and that was kind of the point I was making. Like, everybody wants to pontificate about being so far removed from Wicca. Okay, then why are you doing Wiccan spells?
Yeah. I've often said that Wicca was the PR campaign for witchcraft to survive. Without that, we wouldn't be here. Without them saying, we don't harm anybody. We only do good stuff. Like, yeah, okay. They had to say that on TV all the fucking time. But that's just the pretty much the one place that I really part with Wicca is some motherfuckers need to be harmed to stop them from committing more harms.
Yeah, no, I
Gardner
am
got a lot
not
of
Wicca
shit right.
by any stretch, but like most people my age, my first introduction to, ritualized practice and spell work and things like that were through a Wiccan lens. So, I mean, I have a healthy respect for it, and I do a lot of those, sugar cookie Wiccan spells. Like, there's an abundance working that I've been doing for 15 plus years. I got it out of some teen witch Wicca book like a million years ago. I still do it because, that's part of my routine. That's part of my rituals now. So there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but you also have to acknowledge that, okay, we know where this kind of thing comes from. And there has been an evolution and adaptation to get to where we are now, but it still originates within Wicca.
Well, Tamara, absolutely. But, because probably the oldest book that we have on witchcraft from our perspective is going to be Aradia. Leland's work. But Leland's work is, very debated and very questioned upon and stuff. But a lot of those ideas that went into Wicca absolutely came from that book.
People are
the
too
entire-
hard
the
on
charge
Leland.
of the charge of
I
the goddess.
absolutely do not believe that he made that stuff up. I mean,
Yeah, but the charge of the goddess absolutely derives from Aradia Gospel of the Witches. That's where that idea, they just, they retweaked the words a lot, but that was, Aradia's announcement when she arrived was, the basis of the charge of the goddess. And I got nothing against the charge of the goddess either.
it's so what Leland reports about these witches in rural Italy is so in line with other accounts, with other historical accounts of traditional witchcraft in all around Europe in the medieval and early modern periods. Such that I really can't bring myself to believe that he made the whole thing up. Now, whether what he found represented a real living tradition, I don't know. Maybe someone else who knew a little bit more made it up, but I don't think Leland did.
I just want to cut in really quick because I want to respond to Mayor. Because that is one thing that I did see a couple comments on, and I did reply to them. It's not about candle magic. Candle magic is pretty universal. As soon as any continent got candles, there was some sort of folk tradition that had to do with candles. What I'm talking about specifically is the ritual that I showed in those 4 pictures and then described. And that's the candle with the circle of herbs around it, and then that, like, the functionality within that context, because that's what we see the most of across social media. And those are all the same spell, just, adapted. It wasn't about candle magic as a whole, or saying that all candle magic comes from
Shut the fuck up, Bojo. Hey, shut the fuck up. Oh, I hear nothing. Nobody's talking. I am back.
Yeah, I mean, it's so Wiccan. I mean, hell, you're making a cone of power, for fuck's sake. You're sprinkling herbs and rocks and whatever around a candle, and so the power's collecting at the flame and spewing out or whatever. It's a cone of power.
Yeah. Well, there's candle magic, but then the color scheme that we tend to use in candle magic, I think, comes more from Latin magic. Like they specifically had a blue candle for a love spell on a dude, and a pink candle for a love spell on a woman. And that was their color scheme, and that tends to be what I see people using in this day and age. So they came from a lot of places. Oh, Sebastian's finally here.
Where is this? Where do they do this?
That would be much later, because blue wasn't considered a masculine color until after. Oh, okay, hold on. I think it was after 1800s.
Sebastian, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. How's you been? Honestly, I've missed you.
Rabbit charger.
And color correspondence
right.
with candle magic is relatively newer, we'll say. And that was because the coloration of candles wasn't readily available to the masses until much later in history. And quite honestly, predating kind of our modern interpretation, so like, let's say predating Gardner, most of the magic would have been, the herbs would have been either burned on a fire or created into incense, because they were using oil lamps more predominantly in spells.
Right. Well, I mean, for most of history, pretty much everywhere in the world, people only had access to one color of candle, and that was beeswax.
Or paraffin.
Right, but the paraffin came along much later.
Not that. Not. I mean, for us, maybe. Like, if you look at the grand scheme of like the entirety of history. But I mean, hold on. I can look it up right now. When did paraffin wax become available?
Oh, I want to know that.
Yeah, I thought it was a relatively well. I don't know. But
Yeah, 1800s, mid 1800s, paraffin wax products were commercially available.
oh, really? 1800s?
Yeah, mid 1800s.
Okay.
But are you
Was
past the
commercially
420?
available.
Are you past the 420 break?
I did what?
Clearly I haven't, but 420 came early today. It's
Yes.
New Year's. So,
Yes.
but like I said, it's the hairs of the dog, man. I people saw me drunk. It's
Good.
pretty rare.
I know. It is beautiful.
I got a hangover. It's pretty rare. I don't remember my last hangover. Maybe last New Year's. I don't know. I usually don't get that drunk, but before that happens, I'll go to bed.
Right. And also, but in regards to what I texted you, I don't have a sense of fear, and that's unusual for me.
Yeah. I will ask the people in charge.
Right.
The
Well, I
woman
mean,
in charge.
I'm just saying, with what I'm facing currently, I don't have a sense of fear, and that's unusual for me. I feel eerily calm.
I'm trying to read this.
My point about the beeswax was just that people got by in magical and sorcerous practices of all kinds using plain white or off-white or beeswax colored candles.
Yeah.
You don't need all the fucking colors. It's not necessary. Really, for me, the color is a psychological thing, and I don't even use colored candles anymore. It's not color correspondences are barely part of the work that I do. It's all white candles. Also sometimes black and red. White, black, and red are good colors to focus on.
Well, I always like black and red, of course.
Tallow
But
candles. That's the other one. Sorry, I had to look it up. Tallow candles was the other one. It was tallow, wax,
yeah.
paraffin. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tallow
Claire
candles
caught me
were
right at the same
nasty.
time.
Tallow candles were nasty. Yeah.
Color has a subconscious stimulation factor that is a power.
Yeah.
But yeah, white
It was
white
like
contains all the
papyrus
colors.
rolled in tallow, and that was kind of your first candle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like animal fat.
Although that would be more like a torch. Could you imagine that going up? Papyrus paper with tallow all over it? Woof.
Especially after you cover it in herbs and put it in a pile of plant matter.
Well, Greco-Roman, it's almost exclusively you put the herbs into a fire.
Mm.
Into the what's it called? It's that bowl thing on the legs. There's a name for it. I can't remember.
You know what? I've seen
War
this.
Games is trying to tell me what it is.
Every time someone does this, motion, I
No,
think
it's
it's
not a
what.
cauldron. Not a
Well,
cauldron.
Zephyr, have you
A
seen?
lectern? No, that's not a lectern.
What are you?
It's a Greco-Roman. It's specific to Greco-Roman sorcery. It's like a shallow bowl, and it's metal, and it sits up on legs, and there's a name for it. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I have a picture of it. I just don't know what it was called.
Somebody throw it up in there. What do you got? No, it's not a cauldron. It's not a cauldron.
I think I know what you're. I don't know what it's called.
I'm thinking of it from like war games. It's just, they would
Yeah.
use it light the arrows on fire before firing them from the castle wall.
Right.
Fuck me. What the fuck was that? Sarah's poking around. She's gonna come up with it, I bet. Tamara, hello. Sam, hello. Chimenea? No.
No, chimenea is the Latin American little oveny thingy. You get those in the backyard. It's not a thurible because that's French, and it goes. That's for incense.
Stay tuned. We're gonna learn something, kids. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
Well, where's my?
Oh, the crows know.
I love that
Say that
sound.
English.
That is
English.
so sexy. Hearing a crow. Oh my god, yes.
Sebastian,
You know-
I have to ask: is that accent real? Do you have an accent already?
I don't notice it.
Oh yeah, you remember. See, we've been watching him develop this fucking accent now to where we can barely understand what he's fucking saying. But you met him IRL.
I'm not doing
I
it.
met him
on purpose.
IRL.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Pop my brain pussy. No, it wasn't pop my brain
Oh,
pussy.
That
Pop
sounded
my brain
gross.
pussy.
it did.
All right.
How long have you been in England again? It's been like
2 years.
yeah.
And they're
Yeah, you
trying to
must be
kick him
coming up
out.
on 2 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. If I make it past this challenge I'm currently going over, I'm, which I feel eerily common with. I don't understand it. I'm going by my intuition. I feel
They're trying to kick him out.
Yeah, they're trying to kick him out, and I think he needs to declare himself transgender, and then they
if
can't.
only it works that way.
Yeah, just you'll get refugee status, man. You can't come back to the United
They
States. I mean,
think
even-
that
even
America
gay,
is a
you
safe
should be able
country.
to get refugee status.
They
just 'cause
think
you're
that
gay.
America is safe. They think that the American police would sort something out. They think that American police, or that there would be some protection of some kind in any state.
All right,
Well,
so
to
got whoever that is that has an emergency, send me a DM.
to qualify for refugee status in any country, you have to be able to prove that you are that you are like in significant danger of political persecution or physical harm. And most places in the United States are still livable for trans people. Like there aren't many places where you can go where people are just going to beat you up for being trans. I don't think. I mean, violence. I mean, yeah. There's
Here.
violence. Trans people are at greater risk, but people people have been trying to do this for a long time now with Trump 2.0 being a thing, and it hasn't worked. I don't think it's worked yet. They're not taking trans refugees from America yet, and I hope
Well,
they
he's
never have
losing
to.
power. He's losing power every day, so I don't think they'll get to their agenda.
No, oh no, absolutely not. MAGA's done.
Yeah.
It's a
Even
it's
Boebert,
a
even
dead,
Boebert's
it's a,
turning on him now. Yeah,
it's a
Boebert.
dead and
Boebert
rotting political
turning
movement. It's done.
Yeah. But you ever notice, like, he never turns on men like he does on women, like he did on Marjorie Taylor Greene, like he did on Boebert. Never
What-
quite does that when he's dealing with a man that's betrayed him.
And
Well, it's
Ziffer,
the
what do you think
it's
they're
the
doing
latent
with
misogyny. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
that's what all of this and concerning the trans issue. Notice how they only ever go after trans women. Nobody talks about trans men.
Oh no,
For-
I hate that they've thrown under the bus.
Yeah. Well,
The
I've often said we all knew what we knew when Trump said that he was coming here to New Orleans to the Super Bowl. At the Superdome, for my entire time here, the end zone said in huge fucking letters, end racism on both sides of the fucking field. And we removed that because he was coming here to the fucking Super Bowl. That's because we knew. Everybody fucking knew. And these Trump people that are now like, regretting their choice, like I feel no sympathy for any of y'all. I'm glad you fucking got a clue now, but you knew, you wanted, other people to suffer, but now you're suffering. And that's why you're turning on Trump.
Well, there has to be pain or nothing's going to change. People have to learn
Yeah.
that this is what happens when you put a man-child felon into the White House. Like it doesn't work.
And Sophie, my dad, who is Canadian, who's in the States on the green card, is trying to help me sort out with my trying to claim my Canadian nationality.
Yeah, it's a separate thing that he has to fill out in order for you to get it. So
Yeah.
Right on.
Lux Lady Crystal. Or, I thought you were here. Oh no, that's Lady Silverwood. Okay. Yeah, well hit the thing, man.
Would you DM me with what that is? Say yes to sort out if you can.
I don't know much about immigration.
Okay.
I just know that it's the naturalized parent that has to fill out the forms. That's
Okay.
as much as I know.
Okay.
Wish I could be more help, but unfortunately
It's okay. That's good enough information. Thank you.
But actually, I've got to drop. I have to go make a couple calls, but I will talk to you guys later.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
To see you.
Thanks for popping in. Happy New Year.
I mean, part of one of my posts about my New Year's resolution being I'm going to be more magical is part of it is going to be your classes.
Well, that's a great place to start. Yeah.
Obviously.
Get on
The
it.
best teacher.
I haven't seen you, jump into any classes yet, so get
Oh,
on
I
it.
know. Oh, I know. I'm as soon as I've got the 35, I'm doing it.
All right. I always love her posts. Yes, absolutely.
We was hello.
Hello.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
You wanted to talk about something.
Okay. So the Fumbies, the Lumbee, the orange man thinks that his daughter has lineage to the Lumbee. The Lumbee, if you go back, you can see where the Lumbee actually come from. And even whenever they said, my dog is attacking me. But even whenever they said that and stated that they were going to be recognized, they said that they came from these other tribes. They came from this lineage. Okay, you need to go back to that lineage because what they're doing is what they've always done, and they're trying to water down and whitewash and get just totally a racist. So because it just pay attention to who you vote for.
Yeah. Yeah, elections clearly have consequences. Yes. Uncle Bert's coming to you live from New Orleans. Be sure and hit the follow, like, subscribe, hit the little bell thing. Check out Witch School up there in the profile thing. Probably be here maybe another 15 minutes or so, but soon the sun's going to come and it's going to be time to feed the animals. And I definitely have to be involved in the feeding of the animals. So I'll have to jump out of here when that happens. Thank you, Lux Lady Crystal, for throwing that up there. But definitely hit the bell thing so you know. Sarah Bobera, I didn't even know you were here. Will this be posted on YouTube? I didn't get to catch the beginning. I will make it a point to post this one to YouTube. And I'll post, some of the highlights here and that kind of thing. Food box delivery turned into an exchange. But yeah, I'll make it a point to post that later. Oh, Uncle Bert's coming live from New Orleans. Hopefully, you're having a happy New Year. I'm doing some hair of the dogs because a few people saw me drunk last night. I think I might have started a band. I remember something about this drummer guy that impressed me. So, might be forming a band. I think that happened. Irish Arctic Witch, how are you? Uncle Bert. Yeah, I know. I usually don't get drunk. I usually, once I've had a few beers, it's time for bed, and I go to bed, and I'm fine. But today I woke up, way late because I didn't have to work or anything, and I had a hangover. I remember what those are like. I haven't had one of those in a while.
What the fuck did you do last night, Uncle Birch?
We went out. We went all the way across the street. It was, it was a short trip there, but it was a longer trip home. Marta was doing White Russians, and they kept getting stronger throughout the night. So
Oh, yeah.
I had to help her home, and yeah.
Y'all had fun when you got home?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
None of your business. Oh my God. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I love love.
We
You
drove
know
last
I
night
love.
too.
I love love. Can't help it.
I have friends who I always party with on New Year's, and my my buddy did Molly, and he freaked the fuck out. But otherwise, it was pretty fun.
He did what?
Molly.
What's that?
Molly.
I don't think we can talk about it on TikTok. I don't want to get you.
Okay.
Yeah.
A new drug?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. No, it's not new. But yeah.
Okay.
MDMA.
Yeah.
Molly Poppins. Okay. I'll look that up later. Yes, we had a lot of fireworks going on. It always shocked me, like, about, last week, when I get into St. Bernard Parish, there's all these fireworks stands. And, I'm from California. I haven't seen a fireworks stand since I was a kid. They don't have them. It's illegal. Fucking everywhere. I mean, there's plenty of fireworks, but it's all illegal. But here, people are just like buying skyrockets and all the shit, right on the roadside. But I still haven't gone into one or bought any. Maybe 4th of July, I might actually do that this year, just to out of nostalgia, to remind myself back, like back when I was a kid, when we could, shoot off fireworks. But haven't been able to do that in California in a long fucking time. No fucking fireworks stands now.
The fireworks situation
Even back
out
then,
here
they
is
were
weird.
safe and sane,
It's weird because like it feels like the way that they do it shouldn't be legal because you have the cities where it's illegal to shoot them off, right? And all around the cities where it's illegal, people they set up the fireworks stands like right outside the zone.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, no, people shoot them off every single year around here. I hear them go off, and yeah, no, it's people were fucking around setting shit off in the parking lot of my apartment complex one year, and that made me really fucking nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have animals? They were probably nervous too.
I don't right now. No.
It's crazy how they just put it right outside of the zone, and they choose what they enforce and what they do not enforce,
Right.
and what they profile and they don't profile. You know what I'm saying? All
Mhm.
right, you can't shoot fireworks here, but we're gonna put the stand right there. My limb.
Well, people, I gotta go feed a bunch of animals, so I'm gonna have to go. Happy New Year. Glad
Happy
you
fucking New
Fox.
Year.
It's great to see you, Zephyr. I'm glad you fucking jumped in. Get over there and start doing some Group 13 shit, and maybe we
Hey,
can
maybe I
change
will.
your experience with Witch Talk.
Maybe I will, man.
Yeah, we'll make it a better Witch Talk, man. We can do it. We have the power, man. We can fuck the algorithm. All right. So, Happy New Year, y'all. And let's make it, it shouldn't be hard. Let's make it a better year than last year, okay? It shouldn't, it's not difficult, man. But I hope you all have a better year than you had last year. And as our ancestors used to say to remind us of the troubled times through which they came in the breadcrumb trail that they left you to follow in the old ways. Merry meet, merry part. Merry meet again, y'all. Blessed be. The fucking